You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. You make your way up the short path to a warning before you go any further. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the blade is your... The door to the base, her voice...
Hello?
...is hypnotized. Don't let it fool you. How many times do I have to...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock arms. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to... You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to their large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away...
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas. You're here to slay the princess. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the princess approaches the... Wait, this isn't fair. You watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward. The blade... But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a... Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains...
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Whatever.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
I'm so sorry.
with one last thrust of the knife. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. You're here. A warning. She will lie. If only you knew what... Excuse me. Forget he said it. But he is a villain. Last time, I think he just likes to hear the sound of... I do. But I'm sure, yeah. Don't pay their bickering any mind. The interior, the blade. The door to the basement, but it's still a soft...
Hello?
Her voice. Okay, I'm with you. We don't even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs. My love! You know she can't hear you. She may not be able... Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero.
Did you hear that? And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes on waiting for you to come. That's right, villain. Well, she. Only because he made us try and you've died before. We damned her. Nothing reset. Horrible for you, maybe. Now, hold on. We never saw a world end. Are you listening to him? Rescue her? Don't you see how dainty her hands are? No, she's a prisoner here. If her hand could just slip out of the chain. Because we've yet... I'm not sure I... Would you rather believe me? I think I'd rather believe in fact. Ah, so you're one of those... One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new true... No. I can't... You're what? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong... You approach the princess. I can't believe it. I told you. There's no life.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and says, if only you had a weapon. One. Luckily for Mr. Romance, who needs a weapon when we have the...
What do we do now?
Let me guess. Spoken with the ranks.
I don't actually know.
She doesn't even know what she... You're so gullible.
I think I want to...
The princess closes her eyes in deep... And then she shrugs.
I don't know. I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I just want to make you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here? No! She was our perfect match. She's gone. And is that a mirror? You're right. She's... I can't believe she... He is. Does the villain vanquish? There's something dreadful. Yes. I'm begging you, don't do this.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. I promise that it doesn't hurt. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I am solitary lights in an empty city. Thoughts without connection. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. I know only that they are. She is part of me. You speak in circle. How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. You are familiar. Nothing as there is no exit. Bring me more perspective. I have not lived everything. More than you have found. Then we will be here for. You ask of things. How can I know? She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. You make your way up the shore. Warning, she will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. The interior of the blade is your... The door to the basement, her voice softly...
Hello?
Is hypnotized. Don't let it fool you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge no. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever...
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way. Is someone else here? You try the door. Your shouts. You're here to slay. You make your way to the bottom of the stair. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know.
She barely hesitates before raising her up as she rips her flesh from her bone. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free. You won't like what happened. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence, as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path. You're here to slay her. A warning. She will lie. Don't worry. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from... Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, that's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open. The weak starlight from the the air smells of dirt and copper. Her voice skitters up.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I
recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? You need to stop lingering. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the bloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roof.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality. I'm just glad we could put all this behind. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. Let's chat her up a bit first. Don't talk to her. You're just...
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us...
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place. I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That a woman after my own heart, really. This is why she can't just be abandoned here.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that. You were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair. And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me. She needs us to get out of here. You won't be fine, because destruction is in her nature. Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. See? He gets it. You can't be serious. Now, hold on. As do I. You abstain. You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No. I told you! Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern, her nervous eyes brimming with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe I told you not. Yeah, we know. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, you're far from being on the. Oh, a visionary. Gladly, my dear fellow. I like Journey. Well, if we're lucky, she hates us. Does she? As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us. Maybe you're right. Give what another try exactly? It makes no difference if we conspire in the. Oh, are you now? Great. So you've obviously been here before. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. It isn't long before you I don't know if I'd say. You talking about me? Ignore him, he's just talking. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him, I wouldn't be so hasty. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. Unless her heart tells her to stab us. You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement. You know what you have to do. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing? Alas, our fine features remain unseen. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me. I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh? I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself? I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. We don't need words to send a message. The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Yeah, a little. We are special. Yeah, let's do it. Or, hear me out. We slay her. Right here, right now. That sounds like a splendid idea. I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get us.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Oh, you scoundrel. Why? We finally gained her trust. Sorry, boys. Looks like we've got our tiebreaker. Blade safely in hand, you turn it on the princess and drive it towards her heart. But her thistled prison proves to be an impossible obstacle, its thorns digging deeper and deeper into your flesh the closer you come to striking the fatal blow. Ha! We're not going to make it. This is what we deserve. Better we trap ourselves in this eternal moment than have her blood on our hands. The tip of your blade only manages to touch her sternum before it stops moving entirely. A single drop of blood trickles down her chest as the two of you stare into each other's eyes. Come on, just push a little further. But you can't, can you?
I knew this was coming. I can't believe I ever let myself hope for better. This was always going to be us, wasn't it?
She's gone. And there's that.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. The vessels are shaped by memories of you. but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. You will have your rest in due time. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.